students.
We've got one girl that comes to mind first. Her name is Jewel. She lives in a small town in Kansas. And she actually wrote to us and she said, I can't even remember who came. The details of the night were not especially meaningful to her, but the message that God worked into her heart. So she tells us, from that night on, she was just never the same. We asked her, how did you get started with your project? Because she has just done an amazing job with selling cupcakes to be able to fund several different projects around the world. And so we asked her and she said, well, I just thought my grandma has a really good frosting recipe and I love to bake. And so I just thought, well, that's something I can do, so that's what I'll do. So this sweet girl started selling cupcakes in her community. In her first project, it took her a little over a year, but she was able to raise $5,000 to build a water well in India, in junior high. And not through, asking people for money, but through her cultivating her entrepreneurship and saying, God, you've put gifts and talents in me, and that's something that I can participate in the kingdom. She has continued it. And so to this day, Jewel is still, and that was probably 4 years ago, Jewel is still baking cupcakes and raising money, but she just completed a project actually for food, supplemental food in Haiti. That was, again, almost $5,000. And this time around, she actually had 6 of her friends join her. So she's spreading the message and rallying people. And so if that's not an Orphan Sunday story, I don't know what is. Another story that comes to mind, I've got a couple of stories actually from just recently. In the month of October, we have several, I think 9 churches in the city of Cheyenne, Wyoming. One is of a young girl. She's in high school, and she saw one of our videos and was really inspired by watching, the story of a student kind of going through their daily life, raising money for their Heartwork project. And her dad said that as soon as the video turned off, she just started walking around the house and collecting valuable things that belonged to her. And she listed them all on Craigslist. She just felt like, I don't need these. There are people in the world that need food and need, just the basic, necessities of life that I have, and I'm so blessed. And and then the final story, this is my favorite. A brand new youth pastor, he said when he came on, there's a couple of boys in the youth group that were troublemakers. They had gotten in some trouble. Their mom had them doing community service with the youth pastor, and they had just started their Heartwork project, their 30 days of Heartwork, when this consequence of theirs began. And so the youth pastor said, all right, you're going to jump in with Heartwork, with helping to spend ourselves for others, to live a different story. And he's just started inspiring them. He called us a couple of weeks later. He said, if no other story comes out of this month, this 30 days that we're taking to spend ourselves on behalf of the orphan, you need to know that these boys' lives have been absolutely changed. I love that story, and we hear things like that all the time from young people, from junior high and high school students.
Wow, what an incredible time with Niki today. My heart is so full. I think I was in tears through half of the time I was talking with her. Just incredible stories of students spending themselves for the sake of others, baking cupcakes, selling their possessions. It's just crazy the impact that Heartwork, Orphan Sunday is just having on students. It's so amazing. It's really changing their destiny so that when they grow up, when they have influence, when they have wealth, that they would live a different story, that they would live the calling of Jesus. So thank you to Niki and Jeremiah for all the work that you do at Heartwork, just inspiring to us all. So I hope you'll continue joining me as I go coast to coast this week, just capturing stories of Orphan Sunday. And I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my GPS telling me where I am supposed to go next. So I should probably pay attention. Anyways, thanks for joining me, and tomorrow look forward to reporting about what's going on in Dallas.